Hey, what is going on, bros? Insomnia from the Mexican Gamers channel, and welcome to another GuerrerosAzteca podcast, a podcast where we talk about the Liga MX and everything going on around the football mexicano. So if this is the first time you've ever joined me for one of these podcasts, you might notice there's nothing really to watch. There's just this nice little overlay, but there's no gameplay, there's no video, nothing like that. So yeah, this is a straight up audio podcast. Maybe in this episode we might have some pictures to show and stuff like that, but I'll let you guys know. But yeah, there's no gameplay. It's just complete audio. I try to have an MP3 link so you can download the MP3 version if you want to put it on your iPod or your phone, whatever, and you want to listen to it while you work out or I don't know, just so you can have it there, so you don't have to go to your YouTube app or you don't have to sit on your computer to watch it. I try to have the download link to the MP3 file of this podcast, so you can put it in your iPod or anything like that. So, yeah, man, what is going on right now around the football mexicano? What is happening? This is what we're here to talk about, and it's obvious, man. If you follow the Liga MX, if you follow the football mexicano, you already know. If you're a Mexico fan, you already know what's happening right now. It's a circus. It's ridiculous. It's embarrassing. And it's a complete, it's a mess right now. It's a mess. So, if for someone who might not know, if they're living under a rock, or not even that, just if you don't follow the Liga MX, the football mexicano, Mexico has decided to change manager for the third time in around 42 days, a little bit over a month. Third time. So this is going to be the fourth manager for the Mexican national team in a little bit over a month, which is crazy. It's unheard of. It's embarrassing. It's ridiculous. I don't understand it, but we shouldn't even be surprised anymore by the people who manage and the people who run the football mexicano, right? So Victor Manuel Vucetich was named Mexico's manager after they decided to only give Luis Fernando Tena one game versus the United States, and then they kicked him to the side. He won the gold medal. Yeah, that doesn't matter. He won the gold medal. He's still trash. He couldn't make Mexico win with one game. So they kicked him to the curb. They brought in Victor Manuel Vucetich. Monterrey had just let him go. And Vucetich accepted it. He is probably in my top 3 of best managers, Mexican managers. He's in my top 3 of Mexican managers. He might be up there with La Volpe. I know La Volpe isn't Mexican; he's Argentine, but he's lived here 40 years. He played here as a player when he was a player. I mean, he's pretty much a Mexican manager. So La Volpe, Vucetich, and another one, whoever you want, but. Vucetich, man, he has 5 league titles. He has 3 CONCACAF Champions Leagues. He has a bunch of different titles. He's won it all, right? So we all thought, hey, man, he's the one. It happens to be that he wins dramatically with the Chilena versus Panama, and then we lose to Costa Rica. Not leaving the greatest image, and only being able to pass to the playoffs, to the repechaje versus New Zealand, because the United States defeated Panama 3-2, right? So if it wasn't for the U.S., Mexico would hopefully be rebuilding, which would probably be the best thing that could happen to Mexico, but it didn't. The U.S. saved Mexico's neck by defeating Panama, and here we are again, changing another manager, pretending that that's going to fix everything, which is not. It might be a temporary fix, but it's not going to fix the problem in the core. So what do I think about this? I think it's completely disrespectful to a manager like Vucetich, man, a professional, a man that has morals, that has, he holds himself to a very, very high standard. And he's proven, okay, you can't even say like, oh, we saw the team and, nothing changed. Well, this man has proven that he's a winner. There's no lying. He's won 13 out of 14 finals he's disputed, or something like that, some crazy high number, over 10. He's disputed, let's say, like, he's only lost like one final, I think. So that's why they call him the Rey Midas, that everything he touches he turns into gold, this and that. But he's a very respectful manager. He's a very, very winning, very, very good manager. He's proven it with numbers. You're not just saying that, and you just decide to kick him to the curb and judge him and his abilities for 2 games. Let's not forget how this mess started. All right, what is happening right now and how Mexico is playing right now is not his fault. It's not. He shouldn't even be worried about that, and I'm sure he's not. But it is saddening to see, him just get kicked aside like that. It's completely disrespectful to his career, everything he's won. 5 league titles, yeah, we don't care. He's been in the business. He's been a manager for over 26 years. And, you just kick all that to the side. These people managing the Fútbol Mexicano, they don't know what they're doing. They as soon as, I agree that Mexico didn't play the best versus Costa Rica, versus Panama. Only miracle saved the win. But 2 games isn't enough. Overall, the objective was complete. I understand it wasn't completed in the best way, but Mexico got to the playoff versus New Zealand, to the repechaje. That's what was needed, and he accomplished it. I know not in the best way, but it happened. And 2 games to judge the man and his abilities in 2 games, I'm not in the same page with that. I don't agree with it. So it's just sad to see him get disrespected like that. And now they just kick him to the side. And, I'd be really upset if I was him. And he is upset. I saw some interviews. But always as a respectful man, as a respectful professional he is, he kept everything under control and didn't show much emotion. But you could tell he was upset. He was visibly upset. So, man, now everything, now we go to plan C, because Victor Manuel Vucetich was plan B. Plan A was obviously Chapo de la Torre, Antena, and this and that. Plan B was Vucetich, and now, according to the people who manage the Fútbol Mexicano, he didn't work out because he's 2 games is enough to judge him. So they're going to plan C, and I completely disagree with that. I thought we should have, you do or die with plan B, with Vucetich. That's it. There's no time to change managers right now. But here we go again. Plan C. So what is plan C? All right, I just paused the recording so I can actually see the conference, so it could be official. And plan C has been confirmed. We all knew it. Miguel Herrera, Club America's manager, is going to be the Mexican national team's new manager. So, yeah, man, it's not only Miguel Herrera. It's Miguel Herrera and his entire coaching staff, the assistant coach, the physical, the doctor, this and that, everyone, plus Ricardo Peláez, which was a director of Director Deportivo. I don't even know how to say it in English, right? But so it's pretty much they're taking Club America and they're transferring it to the Mexican national team. Now, Miguel Herrera has said before, and I heard an interview, they interviewed him before he was actually officially named Mexican national team manager. They asked him, if you were selected as a new manager for Mexico, would you bring, a majority of players of Club America so you can dispute these 2 games with New Zealand? And he said yes. He said, a manager must go with what they know, especially when you don't have that much time. Right now, there's less than a month remaining before Mexico has to face off versus New Zealand. And before, they can play those 2 very important games that are the road to the World Cup. If you lose, you're done. You're out of the World Cup. Let's start rebuilding. But so Herrera has said it. It's pretty much going to be America plus a few other maybe European players like Héctor Moreno. I don't see Chicharito coming back because Chicharito can't play in the first game versus New Zealand because he got a yellow card versus Costa Rica. Torres Nilo can't play, so them 2 are out. I see Héctor Moreno and Diego Reyes. Diego Reyes is one that knows, Miguel Herrera knows him to perfection. Diego Reyes knows the America system, which now the Mexican national team is going to be playing, I assume, under the America, the Club America system. He's going to call in his defensive line. He's going to call in Negrito Medina as a CM. He's going to call in Raúl Jiménez as his striker, along with probably Oribe Peralta. We'll do the exercise later of what we think the lineup could be, but it's going to be a probably heavy lineup. dealing very, very heavily. The Club America is heavily going to be reflected on the Mexican national team. It's going to be very, very similar without the foreign players that America has in their lineup. So, man, it sucks. For me as an America fan, obviously, it's kind of man, like it sucks. I've been seeing it on Twitter, and I've been seeing reactions of America fans, and obviously they don't like it. They feel that America was on the road to winning the championship once again, to the bicampeonato, right? And now with this, with the entire coaching staff going to the Mexican national team, they're gonna take a lot of America's players. There's going to be fatigue involved, this and that. America's going to have to play some games possibly with bench players, with young players. So, I mean, this obviously affects America, Club America, and their aspirations of winning the title once again. But it doesn't only affect America. America is obviously probably going to be the team that's mostly affected, but it affects the entire league. It affects the entire league because a lot of the, it's not only going to be America in the Mexican national team. No, I think Santos players are going to come to the Mexican national team. León players, especially Gulit Peña, Montes, maybe even Rafa Marquez again. So, players are going to have to teams are going to have to lend their players so they can be concentrated and they can learn the system that Miguel Herrera wants them to play under. So, I mean, the entire league is going to be affected. And I want to know, what's going to happen. Because what I just listened to Osino Compian, and he said, Miguel Herrera is coming as the manager for Mexico for the Finland game. They have a friendly in this month of October, the 30th of October, versus Finland in San Diego. So Miguel Herrera is going to be the manager for that game, that friendly game versus Finland in the 30th of October. And then he's obviously going to be also manager for the two games versus New Zealand, the playoff, the repechaje. One here in the Azteca, and then we go over there to New Zealand, right? So Miguel Herrera is going to be manager for those 3 games. After those 3 games are up, whether, even if Miguel Herrera got Mexico to the World Cup, even if he defeated New Zealand and qualified Mexico to the World Cup, it's not for sure that Miguel Herrera is going to stay. So there is there's still possibility that there's going to be another manager for Mexico, which blows my mind. I mean, they're not going to do or die with Herrera. They're still going to evaluate how Miguel Herrera won. Even if he qualifies, they're still going to evaluate. And if they didn't like what they saw on the pitch, maybe we qualified in dramatic fashion, they might consider changing the manager once again for the 4th time. That would be the 5th manager in a World Cup qualifying process, which is unheard of. It's crazy. It's a circus, man, honestly. So this is a mess, man. This is a mess. I don't know what these people are thinking. They're just right now. Obviously, Mexico is in a crisis, and that is causing a lot of the management to panic. And okay, this didn't work. All right, let's put this in place. And it's just it's truly ridiculous. So what I've heard, if you're a Club America fan, this is what I've heard. It's not official yet, but this is what I've heard from the media. And that they're planning to do for Club America. So this is what would happen. Miguel Herrera, America has a game versus Cruz Azul this Saturday, tomorrow. Tomorrow it's going to be Cruz Azul versus America, which I assume there's going to be a lot of people watching that game. A lot of people want to know how Mexico is going to play. So they might be looking at Club America even harder now. And we'll see, man. We'll see. But so this is what's gonna happen. Miguel Herrera, apparently he's still gonna be the manager for America tomorrow. Tomorrow he's still gonna be there for the America versus Cruz Azul, the Clásico Joven. I don't know. I had heard he was also gonna be in the game because America has a game on Tuesday as well. Tuesday night it's a CONCACAF Champions League game versus Liga Alajuelense. I had heard that Miguel Herrera was going to be manager for that game as well, and that was going to be one of his last games probably with Club America before he took complete control of the Mexican national team. But what I've heard as well is that Miguel Herrera and his entire coaching staff, along with Ricardo Peláez, would be returning to Club America for after, if they pass to the World Cup, after he qualifies, let's say he does, after he qualifies Mexico to the World Cup versus New Zealand, then he'd be returning, the entire coaching staff and Miguel Herrera plus Ricardo Peláez would be returning to Club America to face the Liguilla, to play the Liguilla with Club America and see if they can win the championship once again. So, right now, while Miguel Herrera and the entire coaching staff is gone, I forgot his name, man. I should have had his name right here, but I forgot his name. But the Sub-20, the under 20 coach for Club America is going to be taking over. So people that are from Club America, from inside the club, the coaches that are teaching the younger players, they're the ones who are going to move up to the A team, to the professional team, and coach them while Miguel Herrera is trying to qualify, trying to save Mexico, right? So that's what's going to happen. I really hope that is the case, that Miguel Herrera and the entire coaching staff return. As an America fan, I hope that's the case, that they return for the Liguilla and try to see what they can do there. And if Miguel Herrera, if they decide that Miguel Herrera is the one that they want to keep to the World Cup, then I heard Miguel Herrera would obviously be leaving Club America once again to completely put his focus on the Mexican national team, and he'd stay there permanently. He wouldn't come back to Club America, this and that. So, it's official, man. Miguel Herrera is going to be Mexico's new manager, and Mexico is going to play with a heavy base. America is going to be heavily reflected on the Mexican national team. You're going to see a lot of America players expected, a lot of players that are close to Miguel Herrera that he knows, because right now there's no time for experimenting. You need to take a club that is playing well, that is already established, that already knows what you want from them, Club America obviously, and you need to add some elements to it, like the León players that are playing very, very well. Ata Gulit Peña was a player that played very, very well versus Panama, very, very well, or pretty well, at least the first half, versus Costa Rica. So Gulit Peña, I would like to see him return. I'd like to see them give Chapo Montes, Luis Montes, the León player as well. I'd like to see them give him a chance, maybe even Rafa Marquez once again, and Oribe Peralta. Oribe Peralta is also a striker who's always lethal. He's in a great moment right now. He's also one of the few that I can say he played well in both games, versus Panama and versus Costa Rica with the Mexican national team. So it's going to be America plus certain elements here and there. And, we'll see what happens, man. Let me know your opinions in the comments down below. I know the video has been kind of long, but I've tried to keep it under 20 minutes. It appears we're gonna accomplish that. But if I don't have the MP3 download link in the description down below, I'm sorry. I might, I'm running a little short on time. I might, right after I finish this video, I have to go get ready because I have to go change and stuff because I still got to go to school. So if I don't have time to render, upload, and then put the MP3 download link in the description, I apologize. But anyways, let me know what you think, man. Do you think this is a good idea? I didn't think they should have changed manager to begin with. I didn't agree with changing Vucetich, disrespecting him like that, just saying, oh, well, thank you, goodbye. You weren't good enough in these 2 games, judging him for 2 games. I thought we should have kept do or die with Vucetich, but it didn't happen. So now we got to look forward. And okay, now it's Miguel Herrera coming in. I think it's smart to bring Club America in, a team that already knows his philosophy of, they already know what his game plan is. They already know how they should play under his wing. So it would be smart to take, Club America, the champion right now, and they're number 1 in the league table of the Liga MX. So it makes sense to bring that team in, bring in players from León, Chapo Montes, Gulit Peña, maybe Rafa Marquez, bring in other Oribe Peralta, bring in more, maybe Héctor Moreno. For sure, Héctor Moreno, if he's healthy, he has to be in the defense. He has to be a starter in the defense because he's just our best defender we have in Mexico. Diego Reyes, I wouldn't be surprised if they brought him back. Memo Ochoa, Corona. We'll see what happens. Moy Muñoz. It's going to be Moy Muñoz versus Memo Ochoa versus Corona now. Guaranteed. And I wouldn't be surprised if Moy Muñoz is going to turn into the starting goalkeeper for Mexico, right? So We'll find out, man. We'll see. I don't agree with them changing managers once again, but it's already happened, and now we have to move forward from here and speculate what the lineup is going to be. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave your opinions in the comments down below, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, bros, and as always, que viva el fútbol.